Hey everyone, how are you? So I got such an overwhelming response to the strawberry scones that I made that I am making them again. But instead of just strawberry, I've got some fresh strawberries, I've got some blueberries that I need to use up, and we're gonna put that together. I think I'm gonna actually save a little bit of the dough mixture and maybe mix some, maybe half of it with some chocolate chips. So the only thing that I am substituting is, instead of the monk fruit, today we're gonna use this swerve, and then I'm hoping to do a glaze on top when they're done. So we'll see how that comes out, and I'm hoping these come out just as good as the other ones, and I hope if you made them, you enjoyed them as well, because they were delicious. All right, let's go. Okay guys, so I have my oven heating at 375, and I've got pretty much all of my ingredients that I need right here. So I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Okay, so we're gonna add that in. In this bowl here, I have 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a half of a teaspoon of baking soda, half of a teaspoon of salt. It's going to be added in there as well. And I've also got 1/3 of a cup of my swerve granulated sugar. We're adding that. I'm going to add some cinnamon as well. Just a few sprinkles of that. And we're gonna mix this up. Okay, so now to this dry ingredient, what I want to do is I'm going to add 1 cup of this low-fat buttermilk. So what I noticed is that in my previous recipe, the strawberry scones, the original one, the 1 cup of buttermilk came out to 5 points, where this 1 cup of buttermilk comes out to 3 points, which is great. So we're gonna add that. Okay, then I have a half a cup of non-fat Greek yogurt that we're adding, and I'm gonna add a dash of vanilla, and I'm using, I can't believe it's not butter spray, and we're using a half of a teaspoon of that. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to mix this together. You don't even need a mixer for this. You can just do it right by hand. The dough comes together really easily. Okay, this is great. Okay, so yeah, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add all these blueberries and strawberries in, and then when I divide up the batter, I'm going to just take half of the batter and add some chocolate chips to it. Okay, just want to incorporate this. I did get questions on if you could use frozen fruit. I have not tried it with frozen fruit, but I would say yes. The only thing that I would suggest is when you freeze fruit, and you put it out, say on the counter, because you're going to use it, it tends to become very liquidy. So you have to think of a process that you could eliminate that liquid. So whether it's leave it out to dry, or maybe even put it in the oven to bake for a few minutes before you use it. But I don't think that it should be an issue, honestly, either way. So what we're gonna do now is I've got some extra flour here. You wanna make sure your countertop is nice and clean. And we're going to scrape this mixture out. Onto our surface. Okay, and it's going to be wet, which is fine. Just take some flour and mix it. Okay, so half of my dough is separated, and I make it into a circle. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I have my baking sheet ready with some parchment paper, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this into equal parts. Then we're going to add this to the baking tray. All on your baking dish, we're gonna just brush them with an egg wash. Okay, there's that. And then I've just got some brown sugar, and I'm just going to sprinkle a little of this brown sugar on each scone. And now these are going into the oven. Just wanted to give you a close-up. There's nice chunks of berries in there and the chocolate chips. These are gonna be good. Okay, these are about 5 minutes in. I just want to show you how beautiful they're already looking. The blueberries are kind of like exploding already, which is totally fine. These are really going to be delicious. So 5 minutes in, and this is what they already look like. This was 12 minutes. Just took them out of the oven, and they look amazing. Our scones are cooled off, and hubby and I tried one and they're delicious. So what I'm using is this Swerve confectioner's sugar. So I did about 2 tablespoons of that, and I added a little bit of water. You just have to figure out like the consistency that you want. And I'm going to just drizzle this on some of them now. Okay, so now we're gonna drizzle our scones with our icing here. Just want to go back and forth with lines. This looks amazing.